Have you ever wondered if Buddhist teachings can influence your financial life? And more than that, can Buddhist practices like the concepts of karma, detachment, and meditation actually increase your chances of winning the lottery? It sounds like a controversial topic, right? After all, many people see the lottery as pure chance, while Buddhism teaches that our actions and intentions shape what we receive from the universe. But what if we're thinking about it in too narrow a way? The truth is, Buddhism teaches us that money, luck, and spirituality are connected in ways that most people don't fully realize. Now, think about this. In Buddhism, prosperity goes far beyond just accumulating material wealth. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to attract opportunities and abundance without much effort? This might be linked to the concept of karma. You reap what you sow. Winning the lottery, or succeeding in other ways, might have more to do with our internal state than the external factor of luck. I'm going to show you how simple yet powerful Buddhist practices like meditation, gratitude, and detachment can transform the way you relate to money and possibly even increase your chances of success. In this video, I'm going to explain how Buddhism and spirituality connect to financial prosperity and how this understanding can impact your life in ways you may never have considered. It may sound bold, but I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on how Buddhist philosophy can influence your prosperity. So, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and comment below what you think about the relationship between money, karma, and spirituality within the Buddhist context. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover could completely change your outlook. The search for wealth has always been part of humanity, but Buddhism teaches us that true wealth is not just about accumulating material goods. The lottery, on the other hand, is seen as a chance to transform everything in an instant, but is that all there is? For Buddhist practitioners, the desire for wealth must be examined through the lens of detachment and karma. When someone buys a lottery ticket, they are not just seeking money, they are placing their hopes in something they believe will change their life. But Buddhism suggests that before we pursue external wealth, we should ask ourselves, are we at peace with our inner selves? In Buddhism, external wealth only holds value if it's balanced with our spiritual well-being. Often, the lottery seems like an easy solution to problems we face, but is money really what will solve everything? The Buddhist concept of detachment invites us to question our attachment to money and our desire to control circumstances. According to Buddha, money is merely a tool, and conscious use of it is what truly makes the difference. So, the question is not just how much we gain, but whether we are spiritually prepared to handle that wealth. There are many stories, both in Buddhism and in real life, of people who, after winning large sums of money, faced more challenges than solutions. In Buddhism, this is tied to karma. Our past actions determine how we handle present situations. Money, by itself, is neither good nor bad, but it amplifies our true nature. If we are emotionally and spiritually prepared, wealth can be a blessing. If not, it can become a burden. This reflection aligns with the Buddhist idea that we must prepare ourselves internally before seeking anything externally. Buddhism also reminds us that everything in life is transient, including money. Buddha taught that happiness cannot be found in things that change and disappear. Therefore, placing all our expectations on material wealth can leave us disappointed, especially when we realize it doesn't bring the lasting satisfaction we expected. True wealth, according to Buddhist teachings, lies in balance and inner peace, not in a bank account. This doesn't mean that money has no value, but that it's only a small part of a much larger whole that we need to cultivate. For many, the lottery is a symbol of hope and change. But Buddhism invites us to reflect. Are we ready to handle this change? Winning the lottery can be a spiritual test to see if we are at peace with the concept of detachment and ready to use that wealth consciously and compassionately. Buddhism teaches that the way we relate to money reflects our spiritual growth. So, rather than seeking material wealth, we should seek self-awareness and balance so that we can handle any form of prosperity wisely. Buddhism teaches us that all prosperity starts from within. Although many people associate wealth with material possessions, true Buddhist teachings encourage us to reflect on spiritual prosperity and inner balance. There is indeed a connection between how we live our spiritual lives and how we relate to money. The concept of karma, central to Buddhism, speaks of how our actions and intentions produce results. Therefore, the way we cultivate our inner life can influence what we attract externally. Money is just a form of energy that flows according to our internal state. When we are at peace and aligned with our values, prosperity can naturally arise. Many Buddhists practice meditation as a way to connect with the present and gain clarity in their lives. But can meditation influence financial prosperity? Buddhism teaches that when we are aligned with our purpose, we can make wiser decisions, including those related to finances. However, the goal of spiritual practice is not to attract wealth directly, but to cultivate a balanced life. And when we achieve this state, it's common for money to flow more harmoniously without effort. This shows us that, in Buddhism, material wealth is seen as a consequence, not the primary goal. In Buddhism, the concept of karma also reminds us that what we sow, we reap. If our actions are guided by compassion and wisdom, we will attract positive results, and this may include material prosperity. But it's important to remember that money alone doesn't bring lasting happiness. For Buddhism, true happiness comes from a calm mind and a compassionate heart. External wealth can complement this, but it can never replace inner peace. Winning the lottery, then, can be seen as a way to test our spiritual balance. How will we handle abundance when it comes? Another important point in Buddhism is the practice of generosity, or DNA. When we are generous, we open space for more prosperity to enter our lives. The act of giving without expecting anything in return creates a cycle of good energy, which can influence our relationship with money. By practicing generosity, we let go of the fear of losing and begin to understand that true abundance is a constant exchange. Winning the lottery or attracting wealth should not be an end in itself, but an opportunity to use that prosperity for the greater good, helping ourselves and others. Finally, Buddhism teaches us to live in a balanced way, without extremes. The middle path, preached by Buddha, is an approach to life that allows us to appreciate what we have without getting lost in the desire for more. When we live in harmony with Buddhist teachings, money can become a tool for good, not an object to be pursued at any cost. Prosperity, in the Buddhist context, is more about living a full and conscious life, where money is merely a reflection of inner balance, not its source. In Buddhism, true prosperity begins within us. The wisdom taught by Buddha shows us that to achieve any kind of abundance, whether material or spiritual, we need to cultivate a state of clear and peaceful mind. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for achieving this. When we meditate, we detach from the desires and fears that often prevent us from seeing the opportunities around us. When the mind is calm, we can make wiser decisions, and money can flow more naturally, not as an end, but as a consequence of a balanced, purpose-driven life. Another fundamental practice in Buddhism is gratitude. Buddha teaches us that being present and grateful for what we already have is the path to true abundance. When we recognize the small riches of life like health, friendships, and opportunities, we start to attract more prosperity. Gratitude aligns us with the present moment, eliminating feelings of lack and awakening a sense of fulfillment. This practice, though simple, is a powerful key to unlocking the doors of prosperity, both material and spiritual. After all, those who live focused on what's missing will never truly appreciate what they already possess. Furthermore, Buddhism values generosity as an essential practice for attracting abundance. The act of giving, known as DNA, is a way to release the energy of fear and attachment to money. When we give, we connect with the universal flow of energy that governs karma. Practicing generosity without expecting anything in return creates an open space for prosperity to flow back to us. In Buddhism, this exchange is natural, and the more we give, the more we connect with the true essence of abundance. This teaches us that prosperity lies in sharing, not merely in accumulating. The concept of detachment is another fundamental pillar in Buddhism. Detachment doesn't mean giving up everything, but rather not being controlled by the desire to possess. Buddha warns us about the suffering that arises from excessive attachment to material things. Money, like everything in life, is impermanent, and understanding this truth helps us deal with it better. Detachment teaches us to live in peace with what we have, without being dominated by the fear of losing it. This creates a state of inner freedom, where money can be used wisely and in balance, without becoming the center of our concerns. Finally, in Buddhism, the practice of positive visualization is not just about attracting material wealth, but about creating a full and meaningful life. Visualizing prosperity is, above all, about imagining a state of balance where money is just one part of the equation. True abundance, according to Buddha's teachings, is in cultivating a serene mind and a compassionate heart. When we align spiritually with this purpose, money and other forms of prosperity naturally appear as a consequence of our inner peace. This broader vision of prosperity prepares us to handle any wealth that we may attract. After exploring how Buddhism teaches us to approach money and prosperity, it's clear that true wealth goes far beyond the material. Buddhist teachings show us that prosperity means living a balanced life where money is merely a reflection of our inner state, not the center of our focus. More than winning the lottery, what truly matters is being spiritually and emotionally prepared to handle abundance in a wise and compassionate way. Now, here's a practical tip. Before choosing your lottery numbers and making your bet, take a moment to meditate and mentally reinforce your intention to attract luck. Visualize yourself at peace, balanced, and deserving of prosperity, always remembering that this luck is connected to your karma and the balance you cultivate in your life. Approach this moment with awareness, without attachment to the outcome, trusting in the natural flow of life. And now I ask you, how have you been handling your relationship with money? Do you believe you are spiritually prepared to deal with major financial changes, like winning the lottery? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to keep learning more about Buddhism and prosperity, and leave your like. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video.